Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I am live just like I promised every day. All right. Today I'm going to talk about some of my favorite math workbooks. I know some of you out there like, oh my goodness, why is she talking about workbooks? Well, I want to tell you about these two. Of course, I have many other ones that are my absolute fave, but these are some of the ones that we're using while we're in transitional mode of taking traditional subjects and actually using them in untraditional ways. And I use different resources to do this. So this is one of the ways in which these are two of the things. Of course, we have maybe about five different ones that we're like going in and out of, but these are two that I really want to give a spotlight on too. One of these is called Perplexers. And these are some really great mind logic things to do. So I encourage you, if this is the basic level, but I'm telling you, this bad boy challenges even me with the questions that they ask. So this one, I would use the perplexers for like pre-algebra, word problems and different stuff like that because it has pre-algebra and algebra tendencies with how they present the information. So let me give you an example of what a perplexer is. Basically, it's a way of logic. You get a series of clues, and you have to figure out the place in which whatever they're asking you, you got to figure out where that character or where that person or animal or whatever fall in with the logic. And the logic is a way of thinking about things that you do not have to be taught because you already use this kind of thinking many times in a day. So it's teaching you those life skills. And it says when you face with a number of choices for anything, you use logic to make your choices. Look at the simple chart below to see an example of the kind of choices you might use with logic for logic to make decisions. And so they have like a series of clues, and based on the clues, you answer the question. I'm telling you, the very first one that talks about turtles wearing hats, it's a very simple to me. But the story, this is a story. Three turtles named Mike, Max, and Mark wore hats that were three different colors. They were red, green, and gold. And a turtle had three different favorite foods. Their favorite foods were seaweed, grass, and worms. Based on the clues, match the turtle with their hat colors and their food. Now you may think that's super duper easy, but when we first started doing it, we had to literally write some stuff out on the board to try to like pin up which turtle had which hat, which turtle likes the certain food. So easy because look, it's just a paragraph, short little paragraph. And then these are the clues. Mark did not eat grass. Matt's best friend wore a green hat and loved to eat seaweed. And Mark wore a gold hat. So then right here it's a series of splitting up and Mark, and they have all the colors of the hats. Then they have all the different foods, and based on your logic of breaking down and decoding what's going on here with the clues, you will be able to determine which turtle wore which hat, which turtle ate which food. Let me tell you, at first when I saw this, I was like, nah, this is gonna be so easy. Okay. We was in there like thinking hard on trying to place the right thing with the right thing. So this is a very good brain teaser, logic. It keeps you going, I'm telling you. And so they have many different ones, and we are actually going to be using this with our math because it's helping you with problem solving, helping you with logic, helping you with just making decisions in life. This can transition into regular life. And also, just in case you was wondering, it has the answers in the back. So the if you want to know kind of like grade level points, I don't really like to go by grade levels because I feel like you can always build on each any grade level. If you have a middle school and use an elementary book, you can always build it up to a point where it's a middle school level book based on the content and the add-ons that you add on to it. And so they do have different grade levels. They have expert. We are not expert level. They have basic level, which is this book, which had us going. So then they have level A, B, C, D, and expert level. We will not be doing expert, level D, level C, level B. anytime soon. We will be trying to conquer basic level and level A because this is enough for us. Okay, and the next thing is if you want to have a child that is into the Guinness Book of World Records, they're into stuff like that. This is a cool way where the Guinness Book of World Records actually they use different things in it to actually help you with math. It's like 2 sheets per lesson. So the first one, and they have preparation pages. I mean, I hope I said it right. Well, you can tear the pages out easily. The first one talks about amazing animals and eye for color, and then it has a story, and then it tells you about the most rewarding things, and then you answer the questions above. You might think that this easy too because it says grade 4. But let me tell you, this stuff have you going, okay? Because every story is different. Every Guinness Book World Record is different, and you have to answer different questions to go with it. So you're gonna be hitting on all your different basic math concepts and a whole lot of other things. And you can actually try some of these things too if they're safe to do. I wouldn't suggest if they're not safe for you to do. But and it's in color too. So basically, this book features stories inspired by critical thinking. It's bursting with color, with eye-popping photos, and it motivates all students to have fun with math. So if you have a child that having a hard time with math and a traditional math book is just wreak havoc, give them stress, this is another fun way in which you can add math. Of course, it doesn't matter, in my personal opinion, what the grade level is or what age you use this. I'm using this for middle and high school as well. But I'm going to build on it. So even though this is a 4th grade book, I'm going to build on it so much to the point that it's going to be on whatever level they are currently at. So I can make this 4th grade book on middle school level. I can make it on a high school level based on the content and the resources that I add to this in order to make it on any grade level that I want. I can even break it down to a lower grade level by breaking down the contents that's in this book or just helping them more through the exercises. So my personal opinion, and yours might be different from mine, you can make any book, any resource on whatever grade level you want to do it, as long as you have the resources, the plan and action into play. You can take any book and make it any grade level you want, or you can even take a higher level book and bring it down to an elementary level if you just know how to do it. I do it all the time, and this is just another relaxing, fun way in which we can actually do that and have fun by doing math with the Guinness Books of World Records versus doing the traditional way of just humdrum math. Because like I told you, right now we're in transitional period in our homeschool, and so what we were doing before is currently not working for us, and we haven't found our groove yet, mainly because I feel like because now I'm working and it changed the dynamic of our homeschool where I'm not available as much like 24/7 like I used to be. So I feel like, and there's a lot of different other things like death in the family and other things that have happened in our family that changed the trajectory of our homeschooling journey. So based on that, you hear my husband laughing. Based on that, I had to basically change and regroup our whole educational experience based on the situation that we're currently in now. And if you've been following me, you know I already planned out the entire 2018-2019 school year before it even started. But guess what? It doesn't apply to us now. I have to adapt my own plans for the situation and what we're going through right now in our family. That's why it's so important to learn to be flexible even with your own plans. Because a lot of us, we change other people's plans, but then when we do our own plans, we like, well, I'm going to keep to my plan. Well, don't keep to a plan if it's not working. Adjust it, modify it, and keep it moving. You're still doing great. The beauty about homeschooling is variety, being flexible, and being able to change when necessary. Because if we're going to keep doing what everybody else is doing, what's the use to homeschooling? So I had to realize for myself that what we were doing, how we was doing our traditional subjects was not working for us right now at this point. So I had to get creative and change the way that I introduce the same common subjects and make sure they get all the different things that they need to do with the core subjects, but get them in an untraditional way, but yet still hitting all those target points that they need to hit in that particular subject, but just a different way. So I get creative and use flashcards, DVDs, workbooks, activities, real life scenarios, take them in the grocery store, let them do math that way, give them fake money and let them count up the money and budget, turn their bedroom into their apartment, and I'm the landlord and I come and get their rent money. They have to pay me utilities and all that stuff. So I change the math and change the projector, change our kitchen into a grocery store. When we have lunch or dinner, change our kitchen into a restaurant. And then we're getting that math in, social skills, writing and spelling. We're getting all that in, but just in an untraditional way. But you're still hitting all the subjects that you need to hit, but you're doing it without a book in some cases, or not the regular traditional way that everybody else is doing it. But I guarantee that once you do it that way, it sticks better with your kids than constantly trying to do something that's just not working at the moment. Now, 3 months from now or 2 months from now, the way that we were doing homeschool probably will work fine. But being at the period and the transition that we are at now, it's not working. So I had to change it up. So I just want to encourage you guys, if you need to change it up, change it up. It's okay. That does not mean that you are a failure. That means that you are doing a great job and you're seeing the different seasons of your homeschool. Because let me tell you, there are seasons. Some years are knocking out the park, fantastic, and then some years are, I don't know how I made it through the year. So some people try to act like, oh, it's always wonderful and peachy all the time. Well, let me tell you, it's not always wonderful and peachy. Yes, it's a blessing. And yes, I'm thankful that I'm able to teach my children at home. However, it's not always peaches and cream and roses all the time. Of course, I would love for it to be, but it's not always that way. So I just want to let you guys know that. So if you're in that moment, or if you're in that situation where you feel like, what is going on? We are butting heads. Why can't we get the things done? Honey, I have been there. I will probably be there again. I guarantee I will be there again because we are human. So don't give up. You're doing an amazing job. That is the normal transgression or trajectory of how homeschool work. That's how life works. Life is never the same, even if you're doing the exact same thing. You're doing it in a different. You have to get to it a different way. So don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. I'm here to take the blinders off dealing with homeschooling, making people feel like, sometimes you see videos and they make you feel like, oh, I'm failing. My children not doing that. They can't do this yet, or blah, 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 blah. But they don't tell you the background story of how their kids got to that point, or that their children haven't even reached a certain point. So I'm trying to let you know that we all have those moments. We all go through those different things in our life. And sometimes we have to adapt and adjust and modify based on our current situation right now. And you should never feel bad if you have to do that. That's the beauty of homeschooling, and take advantage of our flexibility. And at the end of the day, it's a journey. We are all still learning, and you're doing amazing. So this is my little pep talk for everyone, because I know this is the hump mode in which we are kind of like at that second semester break kind of thing. And this is a time where we're kind of like trying to analyze how much we have done, how many things that we haven't done, where we would have liked to have been at this point, and maybe we have not reached that yet. Let me tell you, you're doing good. And what you have already done in your homeschool, that is what you have supposed to been doing. Been doing. Don't worry about what you haven't done yet. Concentrate on what you have done and build upon that. And don't worry about what other people doing. So I am getting ready to go, you guys. Thank you guys. I have 2 viewers that are watching. I don't know who you are, but thank you for watching me live. For those of you who are going to be watching the replay, please put #replay and let me know where you're tuning in from, because I like to reach out and connect with you. Also, if you have a child with dyslexia, I am doing a free 12-part series on that topic, about all the different things about dyslexia, with my personal experience with it for myself and within our homeschool. So I am going to be telling you all the things that I know, also sharing some tips and stuff on how you can make your 2019 school year and rock it despite having a learning difference in your household, or maybe it's you yourself. I'm doing this for absolutely free for my community over on Facebook. It's an event, and I think the video before this, I actually have a link to that event. So if you know anybody that is touched by the learning difference dyslexia, let them know about that free series in which I am doing, and I do it in video content. So if you know anybody, I do not want you to struggle with dyslexia. Yes, it can be difficult. Yes, it can be challenging, but yes, it can also be a blessing and change your whole perception on how you view things. And once you figure out their amazing gifts, oh my goodness, the world is just open up to you and to them. So I want to just let you know with our personal experience and also different research I have done over the years on this very touchy subject of dyslexia. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for being part of my Homeschooling and Oils family. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.